What's up, YouTube? Thanks for tuning back into Chase Games, and today we are going to go over the June 2025 update information. Let me preface with the fact that I do feel bad that it took me this long to get to it. I don't know if it was a day or two ago. And this is just kind of a consequence of the slow updates and lack of communicate. This is not me complaining. I'm saying, like, literally this is a consequence of letting players lose interest in the game. Because my interest is minimal. I am still spending all of my AP. I'm still playing optimally. But it's like, it isn't too little too late, but it's close. So I just have not had the energy to get to this, and just know that I'm authentic in what I bring you. I'm not usually the kind of person that talks like that, but it would be in my best interest to, yeah, guys, let's go. This game is awesome, and everything is always great, and be entertained. And I'm just always going to be honest with you guys. Until companies start paying me, then I'll lie shamelessly. But until then, I'm going to be authentic. It's funny because it's true. Anyway, I will say that I think that a lot of the things, I glanced through this already, I do think a lot of the things in here are really positive. And if I had seen them a week or two ago, my outlook would be much better. So I am just pointing out that speed of communication matters, because when they do communicate with us, I actually appreciate it, and it so far is coming too late. Let me know how you feel about everything that I say, including that. But let's get to this. All right. Monthly update for G Generation Eternal, blah blah blah. Please remember that all information is not yet confirmed at the time of writing, and that the actual content of the update may be different from the content provided here. Thank you for understanding. So yeah, there are some things here that are supposed to be slated fairly soon, and they don't have dates. Doesn't really make sense. They are changing the timeline. Hard to say whether that's good or bad. It could be fantastic news, or it could be like, great, they're still screwing things up when they need to be, you know, kind of. I think they actually need to be scrambling to improve things, and that may actually be what this is. So this is just Stardust Memory. I think we can safely say that Part 2. I've never played a gacha where they announce like a Part 2 for an event, and they mean like eventually. I mean, a lot of events have continuations, but that's just something that happens far in the future. I haven't seen a planned Part 2 that was like, yeah, you'll get it like later, eventually. Not necessarily a bad thing, but just I automatically assumed, guys, don't be dumb. Part 2 will be like, you know, next week or 2 weeks. But it looks like we've got all for Part 1, and Part 2 will be a separate event. Probably will bring back the Part 1 content, but, you know, that's just an educated guess, and I've been wrong on a lot of that. In mid-June, the new map up event is scheduled to take place. This should be the 16th. For me, in the United States, that would be very late on the 15th, when the current event ends. That's not guaranteed. It would just be crazy if it weren't. So keep in mind, some of what I'm saying are just me reading between the lines. It's not things that I know. Okay. The map event is an event in which players face a boss on a map whose spaces are full of battles, boost items, and many other surprises. This event requires PP points to be challenged. Now, I've watched other YouTubers cover this notice, and there's nothing funny about this line. There's nothing funny about this. PP points is a perfectly, you know, there's nothing funny about that. I'm guessing you're gonna want like a lot of PP for this event, though. You want your PP energy meter to be big. You know, you want a big PP energy. So So anyway, just from this basic, this opening statement, so it looks like, the map is going to be, the point of it will be to get yourself ready for the boss. So I think you're going to be looking for boosts to take on a boss. So it could be a difficult boss if you don't take the right path or complete objectives along the way. Hard to say. I'm actually gonna, sorry guys, I know it's gonna disappoint a lot of you. I'm actually gonna get rid of my face. PP points are points which are recovered over time, and which will be spent when retrieving boost items or facing battles when landing on map spaces. Since the maximum amount of PP has a high limit, fully replenishing your PP can take up to 2 days. It gets worse with age, boys. We encourage you to play as much as possible. Wiener jokes. Now again, let me see. Points which are recovered over time and which will be spent when retrieving boost items or facing battles when landing on map spaces. Now I'm wondering if going slower will make you more powerful at the end. Whether going fast is at the cost of picking up boosts. I haven't played anything that went like that. But honestly, it's a really, really good thing for this game is a mode that rewards patience. And it will be giving SSR Pilot support Quattro Winner and Dr. J and Peacemelian. Although, I don't know if this has been done. I'm pretty sure that's the same as Relena. Relena Peacecraft is a UR through the gacha, and she's with the Peacemelian as well. I guess it doesn't really matter, but noted. In this event, you can obtain the exclusive... Okay, so... Oh, you can limit break them. Now, this is really nice. We have no idea what... I don't think they gave any clues what Dr. J will be supporting. Like, just a wing leader would be odd, I think. Especially since that's what the other Peacemelian does. I don't know, maybe that wouldn't be odd then. But to be able to max limit break an SSR supporter. Now, it could have a lower support rate than the SSR... Or, sorry, the gacha SSR supporters. Which wouldn't not make sense. There's probably a better way to word that, but there are different strengths in UR gacha supporters, so this being a free-to-play SSR supporter, I would not count on it being the same strength, but it also very well could be. But this is the first free-to-play... Okay, sorry. No, it's the first free-to-play SSR supporter other than the Mobile Suit Gundam one we get one copy of through the tutorial. So this is great. I want to see more SSR supporters. I mentioned in my rant video that supporters are not necessarily a fun part of gameplay. They are something more to collect, but it's not necessarily that exciting to get them, other than that you know that you need them, and they don't impact actual gameplay. They impact the strength of your units, but they don't impact your gameplay at all. So they just monetized leader skills, which... I mean, the gachas are monetized enough. I don't need to also make sure that I spend more to get the leader skills. So, I do like free-to-play relevant leaders, and hopefully it is a useful one, and that this continues. Limited track... Sorry, I don't give a crap about tracks, but it will be for sale. So they're going to put tracks for sale on game. I think that's stupid. Probably a handful of you are excited. And that's fine. It's just not my thing, so I'm skipping it. Okay, so they have Stardust Memory on here. Why? Okay, obviously it's in-game right now. Whatever, small gripe. Alright, map event coming up. Alright, let's bring the pointer up for this. Alright, so that's going to show. And then late June is a live stream. So it's going to be Japanese... now they're telling us about it in game. I don't remember if they told us about the Japanese live stream in game before, or even on social, but they are telling us about it in game. Maybe they were too lazy to make 2 slides. Sorry, I'm always going to look at things in the most negative light as well. But you know, we can watch it, we can see what's coming, and we can translate the slides. Maybe if there's English subtitles, that's fine. That would be really nice. But I've played a handful of gachas where they don't give half a crap about the global audience, and it's a huge turn off and red flag to me. So putting subtitles in there for us would be amazing. And then, again, this is one of the things I was mentioning. I don't know if it's good or bad. Okay, so Thunderbolt got swapped, basically. Thunderbolt got swapped with the map event, it seems. It could be a really good... Like, is it bad that, like, Thunderbolt isn't ready and they swapped it? Or is it really good that they said, crap, Thunderbolt isn't enough, we need to move up a big event? Maybe, hopefully that's what the map event is. Now, we don't know. It could be like PvP where it ends up being, you know, an hour of content and then we're, you know, bored again for 2 weeks straight. But I have hope for the map event. Again, I think everything in here is good. It's just a shame that it came about a week or two after I lost interest. You know, a lot of my interest. I'm not done, guys, but I did want to explain why I do feel bad that I didn't bring you guys content faster, because, you know, I know you guys live for me reading the in-game news to you. And then another thing this is just a straight pushback, and again, it's hard to read this. It looks like they're saying that the Seed Destiny, it says it's adding main stages, so I don't know if it's going to be an event or an event with main stages or just adding more main stages. Kind of the same thing at this point, really. There are differences, but whatever. Content. But so that is now, they're saying that that's late June or early July. They don't know, which is weird. That's really weird. Like, them not announcing the date. The map event is very, very obviously the 16th at noon JST. Obviously. It would be crazy if it wasn't. How do they not know when the event after is? That's not a long time in the future. They have things planned out. Is it really good that they're actively working on events and they're trying to optimize? Or is it really scary that they don't know what's going to happen in, like, less than 3 weeks? That's nuts. So, I don't know. And then, yeah, Thunderbolt will be there. And then they're going to explain there. So the Seed Destiny main stages and more. As shared during previous live stream, we're going to read again now. The main stage Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Destiny is scheduled to be released between late June and early July. Now, they just said late June in the live stream, or June. Switching into early July, we just talked about that, but that's something. Along with another series which will be revealed during the next live stream. So it's another series. So they're going to launch simultaneously. I mean, that seems to imply, you know, I think most of us have played other gachas. Like, Dokkan will release 1 or 2 things a day. Sorry, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. That's my go-to. That's my lifelong gacha. I'm used to them doing events every 2-3 weeks. And they will spread the content over a week. This, when an event happens, everything just dumped that day, that minute. Banners, event, all of it, all stages, bam, right there. So when it says it's going along with another series event, I would imagine they're the same day, which would, whenever Seed Destiny comes out, so late June to early July. So it could be, there's no clue on the series. You guys can guess as much as you want. Please be wary of people telling you, like, there are going to be a lot of people telling you it's going to be Wing because it's the Wing anniversary year, and they just gave us these guys in the map event. It's obviously Wing. It could be a clue. I would love it to be Wing. Wing is hype. We need a hype series. Like, if it's like Sorry, I'm gonna crap on somebody's favorite right now. But if it's like, X or what After War X Gundam or whatever, or like Witch from Mercury or something like that, that's not hype right now. I know that like 12 people's favorite series right there, but it's got to be a hype series right now, and I think they realize that. Okay, so they're going to reveal that in the live stream. So within 3 weeks, gosh, it's only the 10th right now, they're going to announce it. So it's still a long way away. I mean, we still have a week to wait almost for the map event. So I wish they would realize that these lame, literally, like, okay, I'm doing like the Valley Girl thing of saying literally. There's almost no content in these events. And I wish that they would realize that and like, shit, let's scramble things up. We can keep the event going till the 16th and we can add another one. Maybe the map, like maybe the menu just isn't designed to have more than one event, but they need to fix that ASAP. We can have more than one event going at a time, especially when they have an hour of content each. Okay. Also, the release of the story event Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt December Sky has been postponed to mid-July. We apologize for the inconvenience. Alright. The producer's live stream is scheduled to take place at the end of June. New info such as new works with scenario that'll be introduced from July onwards will be revealed. Details such as dates will be announced at a later time. Alright, new info such as new works with scenario. Could this be a different play on events? The current event lineup is like, or format, the current event format for these limited events is lacking. The treasure chest thing was cool at first, but I mean, I talked about this in my rant video. I mean, you play it once, it takes maybe an hour, and that's me streaming and talking to people and killing time. And then after about an hour, it turns into skip. Skipping stages is nice, but like, even playing the game on auto, like actually going to the stage and letting it play on auto, at least that kills time. At least you're watching your units and stuff like that. Coming in every day and literally, and this time literally, skip, and nothing else. There are very, 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 very many days where you just go in and you just skip, and there's no point not to. Hopefully they're working on that. I know it sounds like a good thing at first, until you realize that you're just logging in to play menu game, which is nice some days, but come on. All right, participating in the player survey. Thank you. Regarding the survey pertaining to the in-game event that occurred on 5/30. We received our 250,000 feedback globally. Over 250,000. We would like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for playing the game and sending us your valuable feedback. Now, again, this is a little bit negative, but also, like, very relevant. Remember, this is 250,000 globally. All right. People are also shocked at the success the game is having, income-wise. It's hard to say how much of that is from... It's Japan and global combined. I am certain that the vast majority is from Japan. And just as somebody that has experienced this in another very big, like Dragon Quest Tact. Dragon Quest is very, very popular in Japan. And, it has some fans around the world. The success of the Japanese game does not ensure success and longevity for the global version. That is a fact. So don't feel too secure in these numbers. If the game makes, 30 million a month in Japan and, 500,000 globally, that doesn't mean anything for that's not good. I don't think it's that bad. But don't take Japan's success as, the global version will be here forever, because it's definitely not true. I can assure you it's not true. Anyway, I had to take a break to be negative. Alright. Your feedback will be used as reference for further improvements and to deliver a better game experience overall. Among them, so this one was just about Master League. So what they noted is the player AI is stressful. During development, there should be ways for units other than UR units to play an active role. There is a huge difference between strength and matchmaking. It is difficult to upgrade units fast enough during the event period, therefore it's hard to obtain a high score. If you reach 150,000 points early on, there is nothing else to do. These are all valid. Some of them I feel like are just catering. You know, there's things that players aren't going to like in gacha that are, you know, tough cookies. You know, like people that complain. Well, in the first week, the people that complained about, like, there's not enough diamonds. Well, yeah, you're not supposed to be able to, like, you know, summon every single unit. Although that's a bad example because we weren't getting enough diamonds after the first 3 weeks. Anyway, let's see. They actually address each point. So they do, I mentioned before, they do a good job in these updates. They just come about 2 weeks too late. You know, put out some social posts. You got a Twitter, you got a Facebook. Alright, let's get back here because I fat-thumbed. Alright. So I really like what they did here. We received a wide range of feedback regarding AI. A frequent one was the weapons that can destroy the enemy are activated, but it is stressful seeing weapons that cannot destroy the enemy being selected. I think that's what this is a mistranslation. They're saying that they're not using the most powerful attack. My quick take on it, that I didn't dive in anything. My quick guess when noticing it myself was that I think when units defend, they actually have a reduction in damage. You'll notice this when you're playing PvE. We'll call it like when you click an enemy, it will show you. There's like 2 stages of damage. It'll show you how much damage you're supposed to do, and then when you get to like the next menu, might be describing this poorly, you'll see how much damage you'll actually do. So it gives you a damage preview in combat, and then when you're about to click confirm, it actually gives you damage after reductions. And I believe that the AI works off the initial prediction, which is without taking enemy reductions into place, into account. I think that's what it's doing. So it's using the least energy attack to barely take them out, and then when you put in reduction, it wouldn't kill them. So there were a lot of times that it was just leaving enemies standing, and you know that they could have been taken out with the proper attack. Also in PvP, you know, mobility is an important thing. Mobility, in fact, affects dodge rate, and EX attacks don't miss. So when you're using UR units and you're only going 1 round, maybe 2, you want them to. It doesn't hurt to use their EX attacks. You have plenty of energy, because EX attacks don't miss. So, you know, so they do have a solution for that. So taking user playstyles into account, we plan to implement adjustments regarding this area. Specifically, we plan to implement the following. Even on auto, the weapon that can deal the most damage is preferably selected. Now, I don't see this as something that you necessarily want to use in PvE, but it is... I would say it's exactly what we need for PvP. So that's a great solution. I think that's a great solution. All right. During development, there should be ways for units other than UR units to play an active role. 3, there is a huge difference between strength and matchmaking. Now, number 3 is one that it's supposed to be PvP. I know this will offend some of you. This is kind of a boo-hoo thing to me, but let's see what they say. We received much feedback asking for adjustments regarding the strength difference in matchmaking and ways to form teams creatively regardless of the strength of the units. In order to implement adjustments that will satisfy all users, we kindly ask for some time to consider. Alright. We apologize for not being able to implement changes. So they're working on it. Furthermore, we also recognize that the stat upgrade tags in Season 0 were tagged mostly on protagonist and rival. which included many UR units. In response to this, from the next event, we'll be adding more tags, which will be mentioned later. So they actually do touch on that in the update, I believe. In this announcement, it is difficult to upgrade units fast enough during the event period. Therefore, it's hard to obtain a high score. This is another one that, I mean, maybe if you joined like a week or two before, if you're not this is only a problem for, no offense, okay? I'm sorry, not everybody takes the game super seriously, and I get it. This is only a problem if you're playing wrong. Like, if you're working on developing and limit breaking things when you don't actually need to. Just save your upgrade data. That's all. You know, you can actually accrue it very quickly, and be able to max level units within a couple of days if you just aren't wasting them on useless development. But what do they say about this? We received many feedback regarding the difficulty to upgrade units and to obtain a high score during the event period. We plan to implement campaigns that will make it easier to upgrade units during future events. Okay, so they want to give us more experience data during future events. That's good. Honestly, I feel like the rate of upgrade data is actually pretty good. I don't always have as much as I want, but it is easy to accrue it. So, again, I feel like they're responding to a boo-hoo issue here, but, you know, that's fine. Alright, if you reach 150,000 points early on, there's nothing else to do. Well, that's literally everything in the game. But this is probably something they already had planned. We receive feedback from players reporting. There is a lot of English in this. Now, translation's harder than people realize, but this is kind of a bad sign for how much they care about the global audience. And again, this is not just me being negative. If you haven't played games like this before, trust me, you need to watch for signs of them not giving a crap about the global audience. Alright, so feedback from players reporting that they ran out of things to do on the first day of the event. Therefore, after the arrival of Master League, we plan to implement a new challenge mode for players who have reached 150,000 points during the event. Alright, so they're going to give out titles for hitting 200,000 points. Alright, in the challenge mode, players will be able to earn exclusive titles by achieving new high scores during the event period. Aside from the title, rewards will be the same as reaching 150,000 points. Alright, so it's titles only. There's no more, you know, and this is another thing that's kind of good, kind of catering to Boohoo, is that, you know, achieving 200,000 won't, like, you don't have to worry about not hitting 200k points to get all of the, not physical, but, like, you know, actual, like, resources, all the resource awards. It will be titles only, which is, it's fine. Achieving a high score will be easier if you change opponents after a win, since each subsequent opponent will be stronger than the previous one. So, yeah, so the opponent will be stronger if you've already beaten them. Now, you can beat opponents that you haven't, you can switch opponents that you haven't beat, hoping to get an easier one, but if you've already beaten that opponent, it will be replaced with a harder one, which is, that's actually a great change for players that worry about score. They're going to increase the number of times you can change an opponent from 3 to 5. Yeah. Thanks to the above, we hope to give all players who manage to reach 150,000 points an experience which will lead to an even more entertaining Master League. Not really my thing, but that's, I know that, like, that's a great thing for whales mostly, and that's a good thing. Good. So the next stage will be Ground, and it will boost UC series and Tough as Nails. Now, I wouldn't focus too much on the wording, but they did say adding tags, not changing tags. But I would imagine it's UC series and Tough as Nails only, not still boosting rivals and protagonists, since they did note that they heard the feedback that they didn't like those tags, including, like, pretty much every UR. I don't know, it's now it's kind of weird. Tough as Nails, like, okay, if you didn't get a Tough as Nails supporter, you are at a big disadvantage here. We all have a UC series SSR supporter, at least. So that's going to be good for free to play. That's probably 100% why UC series is getting the boost, is that they can guarantee that we all have a UC series supporter, which is nice, you know. But yeah, that's a nod to free to play. All right. We hope to implement all these changes with Season 1, which will start around late June. Around late June. That's odd wording. And plus, it's weird that they just won't give dates on literally anything. I don't know. But that's the norm. As previously spoiled, in the new season, the number of boosted tags will increase. Oh, it will be okay, it will be all of them. It will be all of the tags. That's weird. So it's like, dude, it's gonna be a lot of units. Like, it's really just excluding a handful of units at that point. I mean, anything you want to, it's covering at least 2/3 of everything that you want to use, I think. UC series is like half your box. Tough as Nails is another part of it. Protagonists and Rivals is a lot of things. So it's pretty much anything other than, like, it's just not going to exclude very many units. Which, oh, well, that's a good thing, Chase. Yes, but why the fuck have tags? Sorry, I've been trying not to cuss. But it's really making the tag thing pointless when it's that many. So it just seems kind of dumb. But, I mean, Protagonists and Rivals was really about the same thing anyway. There's just only... It's really just not allowing you to use crap units. Which they didn't need any... So the only way you can use low-rank units now is if they're in Tough as Nails, and there's already no reward for that anyway. I mean, the higher rarity is just flat-out better, so... The tags in PvP is really useless. It's just going to exclude a very small handful of units. So they're just kind of going the opposite way in the tag thing. You might as well get rid of it. Like... I don't know. Let me know what you think. Alright, so these are more updates. We'll add another feature for auto formation. By choosing specific supporters, players will be able to auto form a formation whose members will be boosted by the supporter's later skill. That's a great addition. That's a great addition. Improve search by keyword and sort features. We'll tweak the search by keyword and sort features for every screen. The upgrade screen has been changed to allow direct keyword searching without having to open the sort dialog window. That's good. Yeah, they definitely need to be able to, like, we need better search. Keyword search function has been added to the filter by series and filter by T. Yeah, there's too many tags we needed to search there, so that's good. In the home screen unit, they're adding a keyword search, good. And more to the home screen unit. That's a small thing, but it's nice that they're doing it. Improved character requests. In response to the feedback from the player survey regarding the feature capture request and methods of obtaining SP, blah, 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 we're going to make the following improvements. You'll be able to attain up to 20 SP conversion chips every week, which will make it possible to upgrade about 1 SP unit per month. Well, that's... Yeah, so that's 80. So that doesn't... I was worried for a minute that wording was implying that that's how many expect per month total between SP conversion chips you get from other sources too. But so yeah, that's about 80 a month. Yeah, some days you'll have 5 resets in a month, so it would technically be 100. I actually like this a lot, and I think that's a good number. I think it makes SP conversion into something that, when you know that there is a regular stream of conversion chips coming, it makes you a lot less afraid to use them. So it's still limited enough that you can't go nuts. You can't SP convert every unit that you think is going to be useful or your favorite. You have to pick and choose a bit. But this is a steady enough stream combined with what other things that we get, other SP conversion chips from other sources. I really like this amount, and I like this update. it's going to let us use our SP conversion chips a bit more freely. Please note that this update will change the weekly rewards for character requests. However, the number of diamonds available and number of requests available required to obtain all weekly rewards will remain the same. Yeah, this is just the request you get from rank 6. You can pause and read this if you want. I'm not going through it. I don't really have a problem. These are once-only quests. I actually don't have a problem with the capture quests. They can be annoying, but, like, realize this. Like, as far as just capture, you know, the missions that you get, character requests for capturing units. If it's one of your first 2 requests for a character, you only have to do it once. Just do it once. It might be a pain. Guys, there's no content in this game. If you have to grind one stage, like, 10 or 20 times to get 5 units, it's really not the end of the world. It's not. Because when you get it after, when it's a repeat request, you can just skip it. Okay? Who cares? It's not a big deal. But yeah, and then, so yeah, you just have to do the capture request once. And then if you get it in the future and it's a high one, just skip it. That's what I do. Or maybe you literally have nothing else to do. Who cares? There is no content in the game. Grind a stage. So this is the new... So you'll get the 350 diamonds within the first 10 completions of character requests in a week now. And then you get the SP20, the 20 SP conversion chips at 15. Which you can get 9 character requests done in a day. So all you have to do is complete the, 15 within a week. So we are getting to the point now where I'm on to rank... I finished rank 5. I'm on to rank 6 now. I don't know what happens at the end. We may quickly be hitting... It might just not be worth it to do more than 15 character requests in a week. Which is another thing... I understand frustration with the capture requests, but it's even more into my argument of, quit boo-hooing over capture requests. They're a minor annoyance. You only have to do them once per level. So... Again, I think we're going to find that the character requests are... Once you get to the end, once you hit rank 6, they don't matter anymore. You can just pick and choose the easy ones. If you have to skip a hard one for that 8-hour period, it doesn't matter. So, okay. Other things. Adding high difficulty content. Based on players' playing behavior and results from the survey... We are considering increasing the frequency of adding high difficulty content. Specifically, we plan to add new Eternal Roads at a faster pace and to add various types of challenging missions based on players' playing behavior. Yeah, so I'm not exactly excited about new Eternal Roads, but Eternal Roads that aren't as annoying as the first 2 would be nice. Like Seed Destiny, that was well balanced because you actually just played the map. Eternal Road 1 and 2 are figuring out the puzzle. I like a challenge that I can actually tackle head on instead of solving it. Again, that's not everyone is like that, but it's not only Eternal Road content. So it looks like what they're addressing is my type of complaint, where it's content that isn't just play it once and then skip. So they do realize it, and that's good. Let me see. They're just saying that none of the times that they say nothing in here is guaranteed. They can change anything. Lastly, we graciously received feedback from many players in 2 types of player surveys last month. The entire management team would like to express their gratitude once again. We are currently taking the feedback into consideration as we make final adjustments to new events, as well as implement more main stages. We appreciate your patience while we work on this. We hope you continue to enjoy playing SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. Alright. That's it. We got through it. This is a long one. Like I said, this is all good stuff. The date changing it's hard to tell whether that's worrying or a really good sign. Like I said, I'm always going to be honest with you guys. I'm always going to consider the the pessimistic viewpoint. But this is a good update. Hopefully they deliver on these promises, and they are what we're hoping they are. You know, this could be, we could be reading into a lot of stuff that isn't going to be there. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Join the Discord. The link is always in the description. You know, I'm a little lax on content lately, but there are channel memberships and there are Patreon. If you do like what I'm doing. And part of and this is just a thing, I think I'm jumping back into Magic Arena. So if you guys enjoy Magic or watching me play, now Magic Arena definitely includes me throwing temper tantrums. So if you enjoy that, tune in, because if I get screwed over, if the other player cheats, I'm definitely gonna rage, because I'm actually an excellent player. I don't make mistakes, so if I lose, it's because I got screwed. So look forward to that. But yeah, join the Discord and leave your comments, and I'll be back with more for you guys soon. Have a good one.